Slaughterhouse.
Mm-hmm.
We have some friends in that group.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? I don't even want to just try to make this sound political or anything. It's interesting.
It's interesting.
And we both have ties to all
group.
4 of them.
Yeah, the group. It's interesting. You know, knowing some behind the scene things. I don't think. I mean, at this point, it's over with. I don't think that is something that people really, not in a disrespectful way, but people aren't really checking for it. They don't really care about it as much as they did at one point. I don't think. I think that people recognize that the at the time the group was a very good group, some really good MCs. But I think that too much time has passed, and I think that everything is a right now or what have you done for me lately type of culture.
But Slaughterhouse definitely still has that core fan base that I don't think will ever leave, and that does.
But I think
care.
even
I don't think it's a small group. I think their core is.
But I think even the
big.
core is kind of like moved on. I don't think they even are thinking about the group being together and putting out music. I think they've given up on that.
Well, okay, I can see that point of view, but I think if 2 of them are going out to make an album called The Rise and Fall of Slaughterhouse, all of the Slaughterhouse fan base is going to care and run to it. Yeah.
I'm talking about the group collectively.
Okay.
That I think the fan base has moved on from the idea.
Okay.
That's what I mean. But as far as what Crook and Joel are doing, I think that definitely the fan base is going to listen to it, and they're going to see, what they produce and what they put out. I think obviously you have, 2 out of the 4 MCs that are really talented. They put out a good record.
Yeah, I like the record.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything outside of that song, so I don't know what else is to come or what else is happening. But
they put out a track list.
Oh, they did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't see the track list. But yeah, I think, listen, man, life goes on.
I see both sides. And I promise that's not a cop-out. And I'll tell you where I see both sides. I see Joe and Royce being hurt and upset about it, and I totally get that. You're now taking the name of the album is the fall and rise of Slaughterhouse. You're using our logo. Like, yes, you need to tell me.
Crook and Joe don't have as much right to that logo as
listen,
anybody
I'm going to get there.
Okay.
I can see them being hurt in that regard of like, though, this is our thing, the 4 of us. You're not going to tell 50% of the group when they're selling merch with the pig logo. Like, I can totally see Royce and Joe being upset about that from a personal standpoint and from a business standpoint. Now, I didn't totally agree with Royce's IG caption of how he broke down the value. I think there's more value to be had now that this turmoil is happening because we live in a society where turmoil brings attention.
Yeah.
For them to get back together and put out an album, I think this actually adds to that story and adds to the value of people wanting them to reconnect.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I see Joel and Crook's side of saying, hey, we've been trying to get this shit together for years. I have a fan base that's asking questions, and I need to eat as well. So if y'all don't want to rap no more, as Slaughterhouse, we're going to do that, and we're going to tell the fans why. I get that perspective, but I also get the side of finding out with the rest of the worlds that you're doing an album called The Rise and Fall of a group that were trademarked together as 4 equal partners. I would feel that way. I would.
But why would you feel a way if these gentlemen exhausted all opportunities and tried to get things to work and tried to get everybody back on the same page, and it seems like it wasn't, they were beating a dead horse or dead pig at this point?
That's funny. No, I do get that part. That's why it's a bit of a cop-out, but I really do see both sides. Because if I'm Joel and Crook, I mean, granted, they've both been putting out solo shit, and they put out an album together that was good. It's just, I don't know, like a heads up.
Nah.
It's our shit, though.
I think, yeah, but I think after a while you lose that. When you reach out to somebody and you're the one reaching out, you're the one extending the olive branch, you're the one trying to mend things, you're the one trying to, make things work, and that's not being met with any reach back.
Mm-hmm.
When you decide that you're no longer extending the olive branch and you're going to go do what you want to do and do your own thing, I don't think that it's fair to say, oh, you could have given this person a heads up. I was trying to mend this thing and make this thing work for years. And it wasn't being reciprocated. No energy was given back, or the energy that was given was real, like, nah, I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. It's like, all right, so what I'm not supposed to do anything for the rest of my life?
No, I get,
and I have just as right. I have just as much right to this logo, to this brand, to this fan base as anybody else in this group. So if me and another member of the group decide that we're gonna go this way and pivot and do something else, then I don't think anybody can be upset about it if we are exhausted all like resources and trying to mend this thing and make it work. It's like, what are we supposed to do? Just not do nothing with this for the rest of our lives? No.
I completely agree with you on that end, but I can also see Royce and Joe going like, you have our name in the title of your album. You're selling merch with our logo. You're not going to tell nobody?
But it's our logo too.
For sure.
But if you leave this podcast right now and I hop in your seat and we still call it New Rory and Mal and sell t-shirts that say New Rory and Mal on it, you're not going to feel some type of way?
We're in that exact position and I don't feel a type of way.
It's a little different. I get what you're saying. It's a little different.
Yeah, I see the connections, but I also don't, because I said everyone in my mentions of the same. I was like, these are different situations.
Different situations. You guys,
but like, listen, if
brand, logo, name, everything.
I'll put it this way: if I'm sitting here, don't want to do Duce Palooza ever again, and someone else is saying, "Hey, let's do it, let's get it all together," like, come on, and then you do like some kind of Duce Palooza shit with the name, I'm gonna feel a fucking way.
If they were trying to get you to be a part of it and you kept telling them no,
yeah, I'm gonna feel a way.
Then you're crazy for that. If somebody is trying to get you to be a part of something that you started and you built, and you're saying I'm not doing that no more.
I'm speaking from a legal standpoint in that regard. I'm going to feel a way.
But you can't. But the thing is, if you build something with somebody, if we're building something together, and I'm like, yo, I no longer want to do this shit. And you're like, yo, come on, man, let's do it for years. And I'm like, nah, I'm doing something else. I'm more successful than I've ever been doing this other thing. And I'm saying like, oh, nah, I don't want to do that. So you supposed to just sit back and just with your thumb in your ass, not do nothing?
No, just come up with your own name.
Just not that brand anymore.
Different. Yeah, it's a different brand.
Yeah, but I don't think that, you could be mad though if the person was trying to make you a part of it. But they're trying to keep it together.
Legally, I could I'm not doing this anymore, but this is no longer brand of Slaughterhouse is 4. If it's just 2 of y'all, it is no longer Slaughterhouse.
Yeah, but that's why it's called the rise and fall of Slaughterhouse.
I understand that,
right?
But you're selling merch with the Slaughterhouse logo on it. You're profiting from something that we all 4 of us have built together.
Yeah, but if you don't want to be a part of it, I'm supposed to just let it die?
No,
and just leave it.
Run me my money for my part of the merch.
And I don't know what the legal binding agreement is between those 4 gentlemen. So I've literally no idea. But
yeah, no, I don't care to know. That's their business.
Yeah, for sure.
I just don't think that, people can be mad at Joel and Crook for wanting to continue their music careers and wanting to do stuff with a brand that they build, or, just use the logo. Like, I just don't think that you can be upset at that. It's like these gentlemen were trying for years to keep this together and make this thing work. And they decided, okay, we're not being met with a certain energy. And obviously this is not happening. So let's move forward and pivot in our careers.
Listen, if anyone understands Joel and Crook in that regard, I understand jumping out the window and saying, all right, fuck it. I tried. I'm done with this shit. I get it. But I also can see the side of feeling a way about using a name and a logo that is the 4 of us as equal partners in it. I can see it. Now, as far as personal feelings, I mean, I know all 4 of those gentlemen. I don't know their intricate friendships between them in that regard.
There's no friendship.
Well, that's clear now, but
it's like, we can be honest, no friendship. Those gentlemen aren't friends. Like, it's just, it is what it is, bro. Like, we got to stop acting like they're not friends. When you do certain things to people, you show where your friendship stands.
I agree there.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, we're not friends. We got it. We want to do something to keep it together for the fan base and for the people that have supported us. But if that's not able to happen and, people decide to pivot and do something else, I get it, using the logo and, how people could kind of sort of, turn their nose up at that. I understand that. But is it wrong? I don't think so. Because I had just as much to do with building this brand and making this logo what it was as anybody else.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. I just don't feel like it's wrong in that regard. Like, you know, I think Joel and Crook exhausted all, you know, all they could on trying to keep the situation alive and keep it going and keep it moving forward. And at some point, you just got to move on, man. You got to move on. I just don't want to see. Me personally, I don't want to see it turn into something, you know, too personal and something too ugly, because I can see it going there because I know the 4 personalities and the 4 egos. So, you know, I could see it going there. I hope not, you know, but, you know, things happen, man. And more importantly, I'm just happy that, you know, Joel and Crook decided to do something, stand on it, and do what's best for them in their careers and what they're trying to do and what they're trying to build. Like, as men, you got to do what you got to do for yourself and your family sometimes.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
I get that point.
I think that's just what Joel and Crook did. So I don't think that they were wrong. That's my stance. I don't think they were wrong. I wish they could have worked it out and made it happen, because it was a really good
According
thing.
to them, they tried.
Well, yeah, absolutely they tried. But, you know, we know.
No, I'm aware of that regard.
So
but
it is what it is. But good record. You know, salute to Joel and Crook and everybody else involved and anybody else that has something to do with Slaughterhouse. It was a great group. Really 4 talented MCs and artists.
Objectively, I hope Glass House someday sees the light of day. It's a fucking great album.
Yeah, I don't think it will, but, you know, again, sometimes things just aren't meant to happen, and things, you know, fall where they're gonna fall and land where they're gonna land, and, you know, it is what it is.
I actually think it puts them in a perfect position to make music again together. That's just where I disagree with Royce. I don't think the value dropped in it. I think you up the value of people wanting to hear from Slaughterhouse, because now they know that there's this big ass divide.
Royce said the value dropped?
Well, he had made a comparison, and I'm paraphrasing, on Instagram, of saying 4 people own a house and then 2 people decide to leave the house, burn it down, and then build another one at a lower value and not tell their partners that they burnt the house down. Again, I'm not Royce. He has personal investment feelings into Slaughterhouse where I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I just think the value went up. I don't think the house is burnt down.
Well,
I think it just added more attention to what's going on in that house.
If it's been years and we can't agree on a plan of attack, do we never attack? Do we never pivot? Do we never move on? Do we never?
I understand. I don't know what the conversation was between the 4 of them.
I don't either.
I don't know.
I'm just asking. But if you're in that situation and it's been years and you can't agree on a plan of attack, I mean, Ben Simmons Philadelphia had to move Ben Simmons, right? I mean, it is what it is. Go somewhere else. You might be happier there. You know, do what you got to do. I mean, at some point, you just have to move on. Like, what are we doing? Like, obviously, this is never going to happen if you can't even get communication from your partners. Like,
so let me ask you, and I'm not saying this is my opinion, but let me ask you this. Why can't you just go rap? You're a great rapper. Go rap about some other shit.
No, I agree.
Or address the shit on your album. Just don't name it The Rise and Fall of Slaughterhouse. Don't use the logo. Just go and tell your truth on your album.
I mean, yeah.
Because both of those gentlemen, Joel and Crook, are amazing rappers and make amazing music.
And they've been putting out music. So yeah, I understand that. But, you know, again, are you mad at them for that?
No.
That's all I'm saying.
Listen,
I can't be mad
as someone that was close, I still don't know The Rise and Fall of Slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen to the album. I'm curious.
Yeah, because you like the MCs, you like the art, and you know that they're 2 of the better MCs. So it's like, yeah, I want to hear what they got to say about it. If this is the rise and fall of it, let me hear why it rose and it fell. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I'm saying. But I don't think that you can be mad at people for trying to, you know, just go another way when things seem that it's not going to happen. Everybody has their limit. Like, it's been years of us trying to get this to work. It's not working. Let's just
one of the stipulations was getting off Shady. We got off Shady. Still nothing. I can totally get Joel and Crook going, fam. I'm done with this shit.
Yeah,
fuck it.
Like, that's all I'm saying. Everybody has their limit and their point where they reach it and just like, all right, we're done. So it is what it is. But again, you know, salute to those gentlemen, and hopefully everyone is happy in business and in life. And
yeah, for sure.
We'll see what happens.
And hopefully, I'm not going to leak it, but I hope somebody leaks Glass House because it's a fucking great album.
No, good album.
They was rapping their asses off.
Really good project. Really good project.
Let Just Blaze do it. Just should do it. I wonder if
Put out
Shady.
the album?
I wonder if Shady in that stipulation with the contract owns that music. Because you could make
I'm
a case,
sure they do.
which I've been through. If I didn't pay anyone yet via my budget, you technically don't own that music. I'm sure Just Blaze got paid. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no,
I'm
I know
sure
what you
Shady
mean.
paid
I know
Just
what you
Blaze.
mean. I know what you
But
mean.
if we're making music and I have not paid anyone from this budget,
then I should still
you
technically
do not own this music.
Yeah, I get it.
Which I've done and won. So
yeah.
I wonder what that Glass House contract is, because that music should come out someday.
Yeah, I don't think it will, but it should.
Yeah. What's the date for that? And then we can wrap this up.
March 11th.
March 11th. Rise and Fall of Slaughterhouse.
Joel Ortiz, King Crooked. I mean, listen, man. I know all these gentlemen personally. So you know, again, it's salute to all of them, and let's hear what they got to say.
And like I said on Drink Champs, when I was on there with Crooked, and Rory asked me about Slaughterhouse, I said, "Dog, you got to talk to those 4 gentlemen. One of them's right here.
Yeah.
What the fuck you asking me for? I don't know."
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, we'll get the project and hear what Joel and Crook have to say. We'll hear their side of the story.
Mm-hmm.